Hi, and welcome to the Inner Journey workshop. Today we're going to talk about one of the most important challenges that 2025 is going to bring us. And it is finding inner guidance to navigate the daily life. Today's topic is connected to the lunar nodes shift to the Virgo Pisces axis. Astronomically speaking, lunar nodes are the points where moon orbit intersects the sun's ecliptic. Astrologically speaking, they represent the path of evolution for collective consciousness. Lunar nodes have a cycle of 19 years, well, 18 and a half to 19 years, and they stay about 1.5 years in each sign, so about 18 months on each axis. Since the lunar nodes are always directly opposite each other, they always fall in the opposite zodiac signs. So, South Node shows us the patterns that we are supposed to be shedding. The zodiac sign where South Node falls into always represents the qualities that we are supposed to be looking at and maybe rearranging, restructuring, getting rid of something that is maybe old. And then the North Node is the point which shows us the skills and qualities that we are supposed to be learning, something new for the new times. So the zodiac signs where the North Node falls, those are the qualities that we are supposed to be learning, that we are supposed to be working on, adapting. And this year's energy is a lot of turbulence. With all three slow planets moving into the new sign, we have rather a challenge. I mean, the last time when all three slow planets, namely Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, moved into the next sign, in this very short period of just 5 years, the last time that happened, that was 15th century. And I mean, you can Google yourself and see what happened in the world in the 15th century. There was, of course, a lot of weird stuff like plague, 100-year war. But also Renaissance started somewhere about there. So in any case scenario, however, we are going to play this energy out this time around as a collective. One thing is for certain, this is a lot of change, and there is going to be a lot of new coming in and a lot of old going away. What does this mean for us? Slow planets are called slow because they actually have very long cycles. For example, for Pluto to go around the whole zodiac takes about 250 years. For Neptune to do the same, it takes 164 years, and for Uranus, 84. Because these planets are so slow, moving from one sign to another takes a while, and they are usually wobbling between two signs for a year or two before they finally move and they don't come back to the previous sign during their retrograde process. Pluto have been wobbling between two signs for 2 years now and finally landed in Aquarius in November 2024. Neptune and Uranus are going to do about the same thing over the course of 2025 and 2026. Every time when a planet changes the sign, it's like a new page for the whole humanity. And when all three planets are changing the sign in such a short time span, just over the course of 4 to 5 years, that's usually not just a new page, but like a completely new book for all of us to adapt to, for all of us to get used to, for all of us to learn how to deal with. And it is a lot. So, of course, it would be great through this turbulent time of a lot of change, of this like tsunami-like energies, to have inner guidance in order for us to discern all the information that's coming our way and all the new stuff, to be able to understand what are we to let go of and what are we to install into our life. And this is exactly what lunar nodes are offering us. Over the course of the last 18 months, lunar nodes were going through the Aries-Libra axis. All of us were offered an opportunity to learn new skills around who am I and who can I become. Those are the qualities of Aries, right? And also all of us were offered to shed certain patterns regarding our relationship and how we act in the partnerships. Those are the Libra qualities. And now when lunar nodes are moving to the Pisces and Virgo axis for the next 18 months, we are given a chance to learn to create the connection to the divine which comes from within. To hear this calling, to hear our intuition, to be able to navigate this reality, leaning into our own connection with the source, which is inside each and every one of us, and which is easily accessible through our subconscious. And today we are going to try and do just that during our meditation. And then another part is that we are supposed to be shedding patterns around our daily life and who do we serve and how we go through day-to-day business. During next 18 months, we have a chance to learn to create the connection with the divine from within, so that in this turbulent times we wouldn't have to rely on the outside sources in order to find our path through, and to know what is right for us. And another thing that we are supposed to be doing according to the South Node in Virgo is to shed patterns around our daily life and our service. So basically the main question here is, what do we believe and who do we serve? So a little bit more about South Node and Virgo. Virgo is archetypically a space similar to a factory. If we imagine a factory, there are a lot of different departments, and each department probably is doing their own thing, but all together they are working in such a manner to create one product, which will be the output of this whole structure. So if you imagine that, like, let's say this factory produces cars, right? There is a department which is in charge of wheels. There is a department which is in charge of engines. There is a department in charge of the seats. There is a department in charge for the accounting. There is a department in charge of the marketing. But all of them together, they produce one thing, which is a car. In a similar way, Virgo is this part, this energy which is responsible for our daily business, for all the tiny little steps that we do throughout the day, which in the end turn out to be our lifestyle, which in the end are our health, they are our responsibilities, daily responsibilities, they are our work, they are our pets, they are all those things that we do on a daily basis. And in the end, this is our service, because those are tiny little steps that we do every day, and this is where we put our main energy. So this is what our service is. So the questions that South Node in Virgo is going to ask all of us for the next year and a half is, who do we serve? And is this service actually aligned with our soul? Is this service actually, are we producing something good? What is this lifestyle that we are producing, and whether or not it actually serves? So at the same time, North Node in the Pisces, so we are supposed to be shedding some patterns around our service on a daily basis, right? Around this regimes, routines, and everything that we do throughout the day. And then Pisces, North Node in Pisces, this is the opposite energy, opposite zodiac sign. It offers us an opportunity to connect to the divine, because where Virgo is very much meta, it's a element, it's an earth element sign. Pisces is very much spiritual spheres. It's the water sign, water element sign, and it is notoriously famous for its lack of borders, and it is a lot about being one with everything. The skills, the qualities that we are supposed to be learning for the next 18 months, they are connected to ability to hear the divine, to hear the muse. Do you have enough space for spirituality in your life? And the main question that Pisces are asking is, do you have enough space for spirituality in your life? And when I say spirituality, I don't necessarily mean religion. I mean, do you dream enough? Do you have space to connect to something that's bigger than yourself? Maybe for walks in nature, or for listening to the sound of the ocean. Do you have enough of the artistic inspiration? Are you connected to the spheres of the divine? Do you listen to your intuition enough? Do you have enough time with yourself? So all of those are the qualities and skills that we are supposed to be learning while North Node is transiting Pisces. This is something we are going to learn today in meditation. I'm going to show you two archetypical spaces, one of the Virgo and one of the Pisces, and we are going to do some work on the level of our subconscious. So now, if you're here for the first time, I just want to say that these meditations are based on the Jungian work with the archetypes of a collective unconscious. Each zodiac sign and each planet has its own archetype that we can learn and we can connect to through our subconscious. Each zodiac sign represents like a landscape in a archetypical space of the collective unconscious, and each planet is also an archetype responsible for a certain part of our psyche. Today, during meditation, we are going to connect to two archetypical spaces of Virgo and Pisces and get to know their keepers. So, if you've never done a guided meditation before, we are not looking for auditory or visual hallucinations. We are looking more for this type of feeling that you get sometimes when you're reading an interesting book and you forget that you're turning the pages and you are completely in this book. Like in the beginning, you still maybe have to make an effort in order to imagine the heroes and the backgrounds and everything that unfolds there. But after a while, you forget that you are reading a book and you are going into this certain spaces. This is the feeling that we are looking for. And also when we come out of the meditation, everything that you see in there, this is your subconscious trying to communicate with you, trying to tell you something that might be important for you at this stage where you are right now. My recommendation is to just write everything down, even if you don't understand some parts of it. When you interpret it, try to look at it from a perspective of as if you're playing charades with a friend, right? It's someone who knows you very well, and if they are showing you something, means that could be a symbol of a thing that you can relate to. So think about, why is it that my subconscious is showing me this in relation to the question that I've asked, for example, right? So, and also it is very important to write everything down, because that means that after a while, let's say 6 or 8 or 12 months, you can go back and reread that. And this is how we slowly build the trust to ourselves, because you will see that everything that you receive there is very meaningful and actually plays out in a real life one way or another later to your benefit. This is something that always is to your benefit, which is shown to you by your subconscious for a reason. So let's try and do the meditation now. I recommend that you sit with your back straight, close your eyes, bring the focus of your attention inside of your body. We are going to do 3 inhalations and exhalations, and with each inhale you go 1/3 deeper inside of your own body, and with each exhale you anchor in there. First inhalation, and you go 1/3 deeper inside of your own center, and with the exhalation you stay there. With the second inhale, you go 2/3 deeper into your own center, and with the exhale you stay there. And with the third inhalation, you go deep inside of your own center and you stay there. Imagine yourself in a circled room with 12 doors around you. In a minute, we are going to search for a door which takes you to the factory. But before we do that, just look at yourself and with the power of your imagination, dress yourself in such a way that you would feel comfortable in the space of the factory. Whatever's coming up for you is exactly right. Just trust your imagination. And if you see so fit, you can also take an assistant with you that can look as a person you know or don't know, an animal or a mythical creature, or just an energy, a presence. Most importantly, that next to your assistant you feel absolutely safe no matter where we go. And when you're ready, again look around you and find the door which takes you to the factory. Come closer, open it up, and step inside. First things first, look at your feet. What are you standing on? Again, whatever's coming up for you is exactly right. Trust your imagination. Just register everything for now. And now, how does your body feel in this space in general? What kind of feeling are you getting? What does this place smell like for you? What can you hear? And finally, what do you see in this space of factory? Make a few steps inside of this space, and you are being greeted by the keeper of the factory. However they look like for you is exactly right. Say hello, introduce yourself, say thank you for an opportunity to be here. And now ask the keeper of the factory to show you the process. So one way or another, the whole process is divided in three parts. It is the input, it is the assembly, and it is the output, where you receive the final product. So let's start with just general overlook of these three departments: input, assembly, and output. What do they look like for you? If you have any questions regarding this process, you can ask the keeper and listen to what they have to say. And now ask the keeper to show you the final product. What does that look like for you personally? If you are happy about how everything functions, then you can just walk around and look at everything, how things are working here. If you would like to fix something, then ask the keeper to help you and recreate this factory right now, aligned with your will, according to your imagination, with the help of your imagination. If you have done some fixes, then ask the keeper to show you the final product again. See what has changed. You can come back here and fine-tune this until you're perfectly satisfied. Some things need to be changed. Maybe some things need to be replaced. Maybe some things need to be done with and new things need to be installed. So you can come back here as many times as you like and work with the keeper to create the necessary change until you are happy with it. Say thank you to the keeper, and now maybe he's taking you back to the door. The keeper might give you something that could look like an object or like advice or just an energy that builds somewhere into your body. Accept everything with gratitude. And now say goodbye to the keeper and to the whole space altogether. Say thank you and goodbye. Open the door back into the circle room with 12 doors. Step inside and close the door to the factory. Now directly opposite this door, there's another door across the hall, which takes you to the ocean shore. Come closer to the ocean door. But before we are going in, dress yourself properly for this space. Again, whatever comes up for you is exactly right. Just wear something that you would feel comfortable in the space of the dawn by the ocean, misty dawn by the ocean. And again, you can take an assistant with you. That could look like a person you know or don't know, an animal or a mythical creature, or just an energy presence. Most importantly, you feel absolutely safe next to your assistant wherever you go. And as soon as you're ready, open the door into the space of the ocean shore. And look at your feet. What are you standing on? How does your body feel in this space? What does this space smell like? What can you hear? And finally, what do you see around you in this misty, foggy space of a early dawn by the ocean? And somewhere here you can hear the gentle sound of the waves. Start walking towards it. And at some point you are reaching the water. There is a boat tied somewhere here. Find it. And as soon as you find the boat, push yourself off of the shore and start rowing inside of the fog. Slowly, slowly the beach, the shoreline is disappearing in the mist. And you are going deeper and deeper into the ocean. For a while, you maybe see nothing but fog on all sides of you. But at some point, there is a pier that's coming at you out of the fog, out of the mist. Tie your boat to it somewhere here and step onto the pier. Start walking inside along the pier. And sooner or later you are meeting your guardian angel. First of all, say hello, introduce yourself, say thank you for the opportunity to be here. And the angel is giving you a basket. Start unloading all of your stuff into the basket. Everything that you don't need, everything that you don't want to carry anymore, everything that you are tired of. Locate this in your body, take it out and put it into the basket. And when you are ready, guardian angel starts slowly lowering this basket into the water. At some point it disappears in the mist and you can hear the gentle plop of water when the basket hits the ocean. After a while, the guardian angel is bringing the basket back up and you see that all of your stuff have been washed away by the ocean, and instead you have a little treasure laying in the basket. Pick up what that is. That is for you. And now ask the guardian angel how you can create your own connection with the divine so that you could always hear the inner guidance. Listen to what they have to say. Ask the guardian angel where exactly in the body is this connection located so that you could always feel it. If you have any other questions regarding creating your own connection to the source, to the divine, in order to always be connected to the inner guidance, you can ask them now and listen to the response. Now thank the guardian angel. Now maybe they would like to give you something that could look like an object or advice or just energy that builds somewhere inside your body. Accept everything with gratitude. Again, say thank you. Remember this place. You can always come back here when you feel like. And now say goodbye to the guardian angel. Start walking along the pier back towards the boat. As soon as you reach the boat, get into it, untie it, and start rowing towards the shore. Slowly pier disappears in the fog, and you start seeing shoreline more and more clear. And at some point, you are reaching the shore. Tie your boat to the same place. You might need it later if you ever feel like going back. And the same way like you came here to the water, go back towards the door. As soon as you find the door, say thank you to the whole space altogether. Now open the door, step into the circle room with 12 doors. Close the door. Bring the focus of your attention into your physical body. What do your hands feel? What do your feet feel? And you can open your eyes as soon as you're ready. So I highly recommend that you write down everything you've seen in there. First of all, these are two spaces of the Virgo, which is the factory, and of the Pisces, which is the misty ocean, where you can always go in order to connect to the keepers of these places, to create a necessary change, to receive advice, to communicate. And everything you see in there, again, interpret it as a symbols that your subconscious is trying to tell you something. I highly recommend that you write everything down and Google what you need to Google and make your research on whatever the things you find there. You can uncover a lot of very interesting stuff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write them in the comments below. Or if you want to get to know this method better, or connect to me through other platforms, or book a one-on-one session with me, just check the caption. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.